What are the worst ways Godzilla has defeated his enemies? Well, in today's video, we're reacting to the most brutal Godzilla kills ever. So you know what? Let's go. Ooh, Ghidorah was pretty brutal, man. But I think Muto has to be number one, right? I literally beamed his mouth. Like, look at this. Oh, that is brutal. Oh my. Godzilla can be really brutal, man. Throat blast.
Godzilla vs. Mothra.
Yo, how can you kill Mothra, man?
Badra and the kaiju Mothra were old foes. However, the pair set aside their differences and teamed up in 1992's Godzilla vs. Mothra. Unfortunately, only one of them makes it out of the movie alive. Mothra and Badra had seemingly won the battle against the King of the Monsters.
What? They won?
And were flying him to the sea. But mid-fight, Godzilla regained consciousness and gave Badra a deadly bite. For good measure,
yo, his blood is yellow.
The kaiju with a point-blank blast of atomic breath.
His head got exploded. Oh wait, what?
We actually see the kaiju's lights go out before Badra's body and Godzilla are dropped into the sea. If Badra had followed horror movie rules and checked that the king was dead, it might have avoided a horrible death.
Oh.
Number 9. Decimating a toxic foe. Godzilla vs. Ghidorah.
I actually don't know how Ghidorah dies.
The smog monster known as Ghidorah put up a surprisingly tough fight in the 70s.
Ghidorah is actually kind of very scary, man. Look at his face.
Toxins from each of its disgusting
but I don't think
forms.
Ghidorah is gonna survive against the newer
found
Godzillas.
it difficult to withstand this toxic warfare, but he finally finds a way to defeat
what happened to his
Ghidorah
eye?
at the film's climax.
Oh! Okay, nah, that is disgusting, yo.
We
what?
almost feel bad for the
What is that?
monster as Godzilla utilizes two giant electrodes from the JSDF to dehydrate and pull apart Ghidorah's body.
Pull apart his body is disgusting. Yo, don't show it, please.
Big G
no, man, I don't want to see that.
Inside of Ghidorah to pull out whatever was inside of it. In the end, barely anything remained of this toxic enemy. Hey, Godzilla, we think you got him.
Godzilla. And Godzilla's gone.
Number 8. Bye Bye Bug. Godzilla vs. ᴄᴏᴜᴜᴜ.
Again? Oh no, that was Batra, the previous one, okay.
The queen of the Meganula didn't live to regret its encounter with Godzilla. This isn't to say that this frightening amalgamation of a dragonfly and a wasp didn't prove her mettle in combat.
What's the difference between ᴄᴜᴜᴜ and Batra, guys? Let me know in the comments, because in my opinion they look the same, man.
Speed, she was able to easily dodge Godzilla's attacks for the lion's share of their encounter. However, to make sure his enemy had no chance of recovery, Godzilla is one savage exterminator.
He burned ᴄᴜᴜᴜ alive! I think we finally won.
7. Annihilating ᴠᴜᴜ.
ᴠ괜ᴜ,
Godzilla 2000. ᴠᴜᴜ was a creature that came from Godzilla's DNA. The enemy could even heal from injuries like the original king. During the final battle,
ᴠᴜᴜ is like Godzilla? I had no
to
idea.
gain more power by trying to absorb Godzilla with its mouth, but that plan didn't end well. Initially, it looked like Godzilla had charged recklessly into his enemy's mouth.
No! Godzilla's just staring. Why is he looking at him like that? Oh, what? He just volunteered to be eaten?
However, the King of the Monsters was actually getting into a crucial position. Once
so he can use his
ᴠ괜ᴜ's
atomic
mouth,
beam. Oh, Godzilla's
charged
200
up a
IQ,
huge
man.
Atomic attack. When the king lets loose, his enemy gets absolutely ripped apart by the blast. We guess even ᴠ괜ᴜ couldn't absorb such a ferocious attack.
He literally got evaporated. Oh my! Yo, that is... He got destroyed! See, you guys don't want to mess with Godzilla,
Number
man.
6. Neck bite.
Neck bite.
Godzilla raids again. Although
That's
the G-Man
Angus.
was the only monster in his first film, he had to share the screen with the mighty Anguirus in the direct sequel, and the pair didn't exactly get along. Godzilla Raids Again is notable for framing the conflict between Godzilla and Anguirus as fierce and animalistic.
Yo, what is that fighting?
There's little in regards to the more light-hearted
man,
monster
what is going
matches that
on?
would define future Showa
Yo,
films.
I need to watch this. Look at the
Godzilla
fighting
takes
scenes, man.
Anguirus down with a vicious neck bite. The sort of
No
behavior
way he
you
rips
might
off
see
the
in the
head.
wild from a lion.
No way he
The
rips
Big
off
G
Anguirus's
even
head.
set its enemy on fire
Oh.
once it was down for the count.
Oh,
The
that was
finisher
unnecessary.
underlined
Come on,
how much
Godzilla.
of a threat Godzilla could be if it was in a bad mood.
Godzilla has finally defeated Anguirus.
Number 5. Zilla gets
Oh,
punked.
this is actually, I
Godzilla
kind of feel
Final
sad for
Wars.
Zilla, man.
The 1998 iteration of Godzilla that rampaged through New York in director Roland Emmerich's film was an embarrassment to both Hollywood and Toho.
You sure you didn't know about this?
No, no one told me anything about this.
Why do I even keep you around?
That's why fans didn't expect it to appear in 2004's
I actually
Godzilla
really liked it
Final
when he
Wars,
appeared, man. It's
but
Tails White. Oh no, he didn't. Oh yeah, he did. And he's dead.
Zilla gets in zero offense before Godzilla thwacks him into Australia's Sydney Opera House and blasts him so hard that the people in New York felt it. Maybe Zilla should have stayed away from fights and stuck to eating tuna.
Okay, man, you didn't have to do him like that.
That's a lot of fish.
Number 4, Baragon gets beaten
Baragon
and
gets
burned.
eaten.
Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah,
Ooh,
giant monsters
GMK.
all-out attack.
GMK is so scary. Like, look at his eyes. I don't know why they
Baragon
made
is one of
Godzilla
those
so
Toho
scary.
creations with a strong fan following, thanks largely to the kaiju's adorable design. Knowing that makes his demise in a 2001 monster
Oh.
flick feel more harrowing and depressing to watch. The King of the Monsters was presented as a dastardly villain that has the strength to destroy multiple kaiju during the story, but Baragon arguably got the worst of it. The camera lingers on the diminutive kaiju's struggle to fend off Godzilla's attacks.
I feel bad.
Just
No,
when
he's
Baragon
kicking him
is
like that.
climbing up and away, it's hit by an atomic blast. Once downed, Godzilla fires another blast to burn the monster
No,
alive.
man, look how cute Baragon looks. Bro. Oh my
We
god.
love Baragon, but he was simply no match
Come
for this
on.
cold-hearted version of the King of the Monsters.
Yo, GMK
Number
is
3,
ruthless.
nuking
Oh,
Ghidorah
okay,
out
there
of
we go, there we go. We
existence.
finally got
Godzilla,
something
King of the
cool.
Monsters.
I wonder
The
what's number 2 and
introduction
number
of
1.
King
Muto
Ghidorah
has
into
to
the
be there, the kiss
Monsterverse
of death.
was
But I
handled
wonder
with
what's number
reverence
1
and
or number 2.
respect.
Oh.
The new Titan was a formidable threat to Godzilla's reign as the King of the Monsters. That said, a monster of Ghidorah's stature necessitates a death scene worthy of royalty. Thankfully, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, delivered the goods.
Is it just me, or has he been working out?
You kidding me? Sarazawa's got that lizard juiced.
First, Ghidorah gets his
Yo.
wings fried by one of Nuclear Godzilla's blasts. Monster Zero soon loses 2 of its 3 heads to the G-Man's
You
atomic
can't defeat
wrath.
ᴂᴅ Godzilla. I
Finally,
genuinely think ᴂᴅ Godzilla is
stomps
the
on a
strongest
prone
Godzilla
Ghidorah
version
while
ever.
triggering
No one
yet
can beat him.
another explosion.
But I
When
can't
the
wait to
dust
see
clears,
Godzilla X Kong,
Godzilla
the
emerges
disgusting
with
way
the
we're gonna
king's third
destroy
head in his
King Scorn.
mouth. Godzilla
I'm gonna tear
cements
his mouth,
victory
man.
by lighting Ghidorah's last head up like a victory cigar.
Oh my. Godzilla's too cold, man.
2. Decapitation.
Oh, what?
Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla.
I did not expect this to be here, I'm not gonna lie. You've mistaken what?
1974's Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla may have debuted during the kid-friendly Showa era, but it's actually featured a surprising amount of bloody violence. For starters,
Oh!
there's the absolute beating that Mechagodzilla gives both King Caesar and Godzilla. The robot's onslaught leaves the King of the Monsters bloody, battered, and out for revenge. So when Godzilla gets a shot to end his mechanized opponent, he executes a fatality worthy of the Mortal Kombat franchise. The king mercilessly spins Mechagodzilla's head around before cleanly punching the robot's head off.
He punched the head of Godzilla.
Appetite for decapitation again in 2004's Godzilla Final Wars. Number 1.
Now we got number 1.
Kiss of
I
death,
told you guys.
Godzilla.
I told you. This death was honestly so brutal, man.
Nature is in our control, and not the other way around.
Let them fight.
Let them fight.
Oh my.
During the first
That guy was
Monsterverse
my best
film,
friend, guys.
The king of the monsters established himself as a pretty tough kaiju. But it turned out he was hiding a serious ace up his sleeve the entire time.
Why didn't you do it earlier?
Godzilla finally got to break out his best move when facing off against two
No, but
monsters
when
known
Godzilla
as
used his
Mutos.
atomic beam in 2014, that was scary, man.
ᴄᴜᴜᴱ gets ventilated by a building after a vicious tail whipping by Godzilla. It's the female titan that gets the worst of it, however. Godzilla holds his enemy down before using its atomic breath to deliver a kiss of death. The scene reminded us of what the king did to Biollante in a previous film, but the vicious detail shown in the 2014 kill made Godzilla look more savage.
You cannot beat legendary Godzilla. That's it, guys. But anyways, that's gonna be the end of this video. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with this list. And with that being said, I hope you guys like it. Peace.